Now, say my name.
The Rolling Bad Podcast.
You're goddamn right.
Are we recording?
I think so.
Can I do the intro now?
You could probably do the intro.
Welcome to the Rolling Bad Podcast, episode number 38, coming to you from the desolate wasteland of Albuquerque, New Mexico, not Arizona. We're recording on January 6th, and I am your host, Elric Edge. With me tonight are
Dave Witek.
and
Well, he does it on his show. All right, Bill Costello.
And Jimbo 9 Jimbo.
oh, all right.
Okay.
First show of the new year, starting off
You can tell.
with a bang. On tonight's episode, we're going to talk about, there really hasn't been anything in the game these last couple of weeks.
No, but there's a lot of announcements.
Been pretty dead. No, I haven't even heard anything.
Really?
No.
Okay. Once we get you out from under that rock.
The Games Workshop Open Day, the New Year's Open Day was today. They announced a bunch of cool stuff. We'll talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
Malign Portents, the countdown
Oh, yeah.
went off. We'll talk about that. Yeah. And all kinds of other fun stuff. Maybe have some New Year's resolutions because everybody loves that, right?
No.
Well, they definitely want to
Yeah. New year, new me, gentlemen.
That's right.
Right? I'm going to lose 15 pounds and stop drinking. That's...
If
I
you
don't
stop
know.
drinking, you're going to lose more than 15 pounds.
Yeah. All right. Whatever. Let's do a show.
Yeah, we should probably kick into the New Dawn stuff. The Realm of the New Dawn. Well, we're going to talk about all the new stuff in the hobby and the stuff from Games Workshop and news from around the world. And James, I think you wanted to start off?
Yeah. I think they, one of the first models of 2018 was Elric's favorite.
I knew this
What was it?
coming.
Good old Stormcast.
Yay!
Can't have a new year without
New
something new. Anyways, whatever. I know you guys are going to try and troll me on this.
No, say it isn't true.
So, yeah, he looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Master Ordinator.
I think he's a priest, right?
I don't know. What part of the judicial system do
Ordinators
ordinators
do? Yeah. I know he comes with, he's the guy that built the observatory, which, go figure, is going to come out as a terrain kit here shortly.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I forget. I was on a WhatsApp group talking about that guy, and they were like, what is his rules going to be or whatever. I said that he gets a 12-inch bubble that all models within are -1 to be hit by range shooting. Furthermore, if they roll a 6 on their armor save, they bounce a mortal wound back at the unit that shot at him. And everybody thought, they're like, wow, that's really good.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just making that up. And one of the guys was like, that's kind of sad that we're so used to Stormcast characters being that ridiculous that
OP.
we thought that was legitimate. So, anyways, enough of the Stormcast. Moving on to more important things.
What about that goblin?
That is badass.
That is one of the coolest goblins
I'm so
I've seen.
hyped. So I was thinking about Grots in Age of Sigmar, and that is really an army that they could go totally wild with, because we saw the spider Grots in Silver Tower, and then this new guy who's like half Grot, half mushroom practically.
Yeah.
So imagine an army like a if they redid Moon Clan and really hyped up the mushroom aspect, you could do like different Grots based around different mushrooms that they consume during or before the battle. So you could have like crazy berserker combat Grots that get hyped up on.
Or they could just be part mushroom too and just...
Yeah, but you could have different units that do different.
Yeah.
You could have Grots that pull like a Willy Wonka. They eat them and they start to float. So you could have like flying Grots.
Yeah.
And, I'm just saying. Like,
Or if they had all those mushrooms, they could infect Sylvaneth Wildwood.
I'm down with that.
And then poof, they're gone.
I'm down with that.
Totally down.
So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that model and what he might do. And then the other stuff is cool. The Dark Oath
Chieftain.
Chieftainess.
Chieftinator, yeah.
She looks badass.
Yeah.
And then, of course, a new death model
Yep.
being backed up by tons of new death.
Yeah.
The Legions of Nagash.
That
book
looks like an
got
interesting.
announced.
So we're going to get to that here in a minute.
All right.
Yeah, all those models look really good. Did you read that little story about the Dark Oath chieftainess there? About how some guy challenged her and she just basically beat the snot out of him.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool. That was good stuff.
So what do we want to talk about?
That website.
Oh, okay.
Didn't you want to do
The
BC?
countdown to the...
Okay, so Malign Portents. They had a countdown, timer and everything to a website crash. I mean, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, apparently people were pretty excited to see what it was. It took it a couple hours to get up and running. But yeah, we have Malign Portents, which is looks like it's going to be a 2018 campaign for Age of Sigmar.
Yeah.
Taking place in the realm of Shaish.
Everybody's going to be there.
Yeah. And most importantly, we're getting a new battle tome, the Legions of Nagash.
Yeah.
Which I'm really excited about this book because the way it's styled, there's 6 allegiances within it.
in it, yeah.
3 of them are based around each of the Mortarchs, so Archon, Neferata, and Manfred.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the Legion of Nagash, I guess, which is like his specific style of army. The Soulblight will feature in it again, so I'm imagining they'll get retooled a little bit. I don't know.
Hopefully.
And then a 6th army. Some people speculated that it's just like universal death as an army, but I don't know. It could,
but with good special rules rather than just generic.
So you think like the entire Grand Alliance of Death will just kind of be covered in this book, short of Flesh Eater Court?
Yeah, something on that. Or I mean, I can't predict, but it's too big of an opportunity to allow people to be flexible with their toys.
Yeah.
So, and if you split it up, and when I say if GW was to split it up and say you can only have these things, well, if that doesn't fit down your alleyway for how you're playing Death currently, you're going to be pretty salty. But if there's one generic overarching that covers Death, then you can have all the fun.
Yeah, I suppose.
So, I mean, it just seems from a marketing standpoint, it's the way to do it. You don't want to ever make someone's toys not playable
when you can help it.
Well,
I think one of the big things I'm interested to see is what else this could lead to, because this is something you could do possibly with elves, like all the different factions of elves. You just cover them in one book. But they're kind of spread out through different realms, so I don't know how well.
Yeah. This one was nice and easy because it comes in a simple package. It's all in one realm and under one guy.
The other one that they could do this with is basically humans.
Yeah. So
the Free Guild, the Ironweld Arsenal, Collegiate Arcanum, and then there's the Devoted of Sigmar.
Yeah.
Basically all the old Empire stuff you could kind of wrap up in one big book as well. That might be interesting. So, but I definitely.
Well, it'd be a good way to pull all those things in and give you the ability to ally with this and bring in some of that. And
do we think that's where they might be headed?
I don't know.
Do we think this microfaction stuff is over?
I hope so.
I hope so.
I mean, the last couple of battle tomes seemed like it. I mean, we had bringing all of Khorne into one, all of Tzeentch into one, all of Nurgle into one,
all the Stormcast into one.
It seems to be the way they're headed.
I mean, they're not doing the microfactions with 40K. They're doing they're keeping the big ones.
Hopefully that's what they do, because it kind of, I don't know. I thought it was silly that you get these factions that are like 2 or 3 units.
Yeah, El Guzzler Gargants. Why?
Yeah.
I mean, what?
Right. It's just kind of weird. So yeah, that'll be kind of interesting to see. I'm hoping we get some new models, obviously. I'm really hoping we get a couple of new character models, because I think with Death, they're kind of all about named characters. And if you don't want to play one of those named characters, you don't have a whole lot of choice. You have a vampire. You can put him on a couple different mounts. You have a White King on foot. You have a Necromancer on foot. And then a Tomb Banshee and a Cairn Wraith.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like pretty much, none of those are really big. I mean, the vampire's like a big type leader type character. Yeah, I want to see kind of like a Lich. Like a big, I want to see a really powerful spellcaster that's not necessarily combat focused. Somebody like Archon, but not a special character like Archon. That would be really cool. That's what I would love to base a Death Army around.
Well, and if you look back in the fluff, I mean, they have those guys. They have that one Lich guy that was helping the Stormcast
Stormcast.
Yeah, he was helping out because the Stormcast guy went down to the underworld to get his help because it was his mentor when he was alive, when he wasn't a Stormcast. And then he left to become a Stormcast.
Huh. I didn't read that one.
Yeah, he did. It was in one of the main books. It was one of the main stories.
Oh.
I can't, and I'm forgetting the name of it now.
Fair enough.
Ticks me off. But it was Gardas and his bunch of...
Back in previous, Warhammer Fantasy battles, you had Heinrich Himmler.
Yeah.
He
could come back.
Necromancer type. Well, not necessarily him, but
sure.
I would like to have that style.
But
of
some sort of thing like that. You could have
really
a necromancer or a lich, somebody that can tie all the different pieces together and lead them as an army and give you a fighting chance.
Any of you guys? What do you guys want to see out of the book? I know Bill just wants to be able to play Death.
I just want to be able to play the models I have.
Yeah,
because right now I can't. According to the books, I can't play with what I have. So,
yeah. James, anything you're looking forward to out of?
No, not really.
No?
As long as it's not as strong as Zinch, she's okay.
Zinch or Nurgle now.
Yeah. I wish they would bring in the Tomb Kings since I have a whole bunch of those, but I know that's never going to happen.
Yeah.
Well,
Snakes are gone, baby.
If they retooled them, though, I mean, if they really did keep the models, all new rules so that they're not over the top, why not bring them back?
We're past that.
Yeah, it's gone. They're dead. They're never coming back.
You don't think?
Never coming back.
Just like Bretonians.
Never. They're done. They had their time in the shade. They're done. My concern is, we were talking about this before, so you're going to get 6 different Grand Alliances, Grand Allegiances.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Something. 6
different armies in this book. Another book where you get 6 different options like that is Krajan Overlords.
Yeah.
And with the KO, you have an option that is clearly superior to everything else in that book. And then you got 4 that are kind of all on par with each other. They're not terrible, but they're obviously not Zilfin.
Yeah.
And then you have one faction that's like,
why?
What? What?
Yeah.
What are these? Yeah. I don't want to be politically incorrect, but yeah, they're not great. And then, so I don't want to see that with this, where like Manfred's army is like obviously better than everyone else's. So everybody just spams that army list. I'm hoping it's all relatively good, really good. And it gives kind of whatever flavor of death you want to play.
Yeah.
A viable chance
a good chance at doing something.
Yeah. Yep. So that's what I'm really hoping for there. New models, maybe a couple new models.
We could use some, I don't know, skeletons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zombies.
And zombies, yeah.
Zombies got to get touched up on. But
even the big heads.
Yeah. So what else do we want to jump into?
A lot, because I have a ton of things.
Yeah, let's talk Nurgle.
Well, if you want to get disgusting.
Yeah, with the maggotkin of Nurgle.
Yeah.
I'm going to make my prediction already next time.
The Nurgle are broken?
Nurgle are broken. After I play them. Yeah. I'm just predicting it right now.
Well, I think when the Nurgle Destiny dice or I don't know, fetid dice.
No, they'll get the wheel. They get that wheel.
Oh, they get the wheel of...
From Blight War.
Yeah.
So...
I'm so glad I bought that box.
Yeah. I don't know. I have a feeling they're going to be pretty ridiculous. Not ridiculous, but pretty strong because like they've always been a very resilient army, but they never really had a lot of movement or teeth. And now from the stuff that's leaked, it's like, oh, there's a lot of movement and teeth.
Yeah, because we were just talking about that earlier. Before it came out, we were talking about how Fyreslayers were a better Nurgle.
Yeah.
Because they had the movement, they had the resilience, but they actually had the movement and the damage.
And some combat power. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they could grind, and come out the winner on a grind. Whereas Nurgle's kind of like a lot of death stuff where I'll just tie you up. I'll eventually lose. There's no way I'm going to win it.
I can sit on objectives for a long time.
Or just try to tie up your stuff while a couple of my other units try to score or whatever. But now it looks like, I'll throw 30 plague bearers at you and then they'll kill you.
Yeah. And also,
yeah. So,
or I have a whole bunch of more wounds going off and then everything in my army can run in charge and gets +3 to his movement. And
it's going to be interesting.
It's interesting. But we should probably talk about the 600-pound gorilla, the new great unclean one.
Yeah.
God, finally.
He's so awesome.
About time.
Yes. Oh,
man.
God, he's gorgeous. And I don't know which one to build, the regular or the named.
That's why you get
because they're so cool.
That's why you get 2, Bill.
Yeah, but the kit only has 1. And I only bought one kit.
Well, you buy another one.
Oh, jeez. You
Come
spend my
on.
money like it's water.
No, you probably buy the generic. You probably build a generic one because the
think?
special characters are usually way too expensive for what they do.
I was listening to the guys over at Frontline, and he's got that named one has some pretty cool abilities. So
Why don't you just magnetize it?
I don't know if you can with that one.
Terry Pike said he did. He said he magnetized all 3 heads and all 9 arm options.
Really? Well, if Terry can do it, I can make the attempt. I'm not saying I can do it. I can make the attempt.
There you go. There you go. Certainly worth it. $140 kit.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think you're right, though. I think the idea is to just buy a second one. So,
yeah, that way you can just run 2 of them, like I always wanted to do with mock rushes.
well, I believe on the website this morning I saw you could order 3 of them. There was a one click for 3 of them. They called it something or other. They had a great name for it. I forgot what it was. But yeah, I only bought one because I was trying to, well, we'll get to that in resolutions.
Yeah, that'll be good.
And then you got the Nurgle trees. So that's a big hi to Sylvaneth players.
Yeah, I know.
You got trees? I got trees, baby.
Yeah, so I thought this was really cool that because Nurgle is really steeped into the realm of life, that there's like some influence there from that. It makes me kind of wish that maybe Khorne had a little more realm of fire influence and Siege had a little more realm of metal influence. I think that would have been just kind of like a cool extra bit of flavor. Yeah. But I do like this. That tree thing is cool. We got
it looks really cool. I mean, I think just aesthetically, it's really cool. So,
new Beast of Nurgle.
Yeah,
which is much needed.
Just a little.
Hopefully with updated rules.
Yeah,
I think so.
I'm sure they will. And then Blight Kings on Plague Drones.
Oh yeah, but what about the 2 new heralds? Sloppity Bilepiper. Did you see that model? And the Nurgle the Nurgling that's with it dancing. Oh my god, that's the best model I've seen.
Or the one that's eating the scroll.
Yeah,
as he's riding on it.
God, they're so good.
Well, all those Nurglings are pretty good. They got the little one on the fly, and the one that's got the armor next to the Great Unclean one too, holding a sword.
Yeah,
like
or
the
one
chieftain.
that's getting squished underneath.
Yeah, underneath the Great Unclean one. That's just awesome.
Yeah,
and the Horticultist Slimex guy has one that's in his mouth. I mean, that's just they're just. Those sculptures.
Yeah, Nurgle is like the one well, not the one. I wouldn't do Slaanesh either. I wouldn't do a Nurgle army, but I'm happy for Nurgle players. Because, like, for all Nurgle players, 40k and AOS.
Yeah.
Because Death Guard is fantastic. Yeah. The Mortal Nurgle stuff is great. All the demons coming out now I mean, it's like, what a time to be alive.
Yeah.
Next
up, I had on my list was... There's a new licensed game coming out called Heroes of Blackreach. It's a 40k game.
Yeah, I've talked about this.
You did?
Yeah.
It's a board game.
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know you talked about it.
Yeah, there was a Kickstarter. I think it was a Kickstarter for it.
Really?
A long time ago. I brought it up with you.
Okay.
And you were... Yeah. You and I have talked about it.
Okay. Well,
it looks awesome.
We're going to talk about it with these people now.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, yeah, it does look awesome. It's the Ultramarines and
Orcs.
Yeah. So, and it's a board game that it's supposed to be really fast play, super quick. So I don't know how it's going to compare to the Fantasy Flight games, but we'll see because this is a different, different group they're going through with it. I forgot the
developer
designer. Black
Iron?
Pig or something.
God, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. It's in the White Dwarf.
Yeah.
This is a style of game they've made other games of, like World War II style board game. It's kind of a board game. It's like a chit-based, but not like an 80s chit-based. It's
Devil
like
Pig.
Devil Pig, that's the one, yeah. It's something they've done before. It's not like they're just shooting in the dark.
So it's just new IP for them.
Yeah. Well, and then, giving it a good 40K flavor. But so it should be good.
And in video game, Tomb Kings are coming out for Total War.
Yeah.
So if you're into that, that's new. That's different. You can play your Tomb Kings again.
There is a Horus Heresy VR game.
Yeah.
That got announced. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. Something to do with Calth.
Yeah, we talked about that last time, the Betrayal of Calth, the VR game. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was right after Carl did his interview with those guys.
What next?
And then Black Library is doing a Rogue Trader Omnibus.
Yeah, I'll be getting that.
Yeah, probably right away.
There's not nearly enough Rogue Trader stuff in 40K.
No. And then they're doing Warhammer Chronicles Vampire Wars. Then they're doing Corsair Face of the Void. So that's an audio drama. It's 40K. It's not R. Kind of. They're doing Castellan. So Castellan Crow in the Great Rift.
Yeah.
So that should be interesting.
We're not going to talk about the other two big announcements
Of
at the open day?
No.
Anyways.
Do they matter?
Yeah.
What? To what?
So the Thousand Suns Codex got announced for 40K.
Okay.
And guess what's in there?
Thousand Suns?
Yeah, and Skyfires.
Yeah.
And Zangor Shamans.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they're in there.
What?
They're going to 40K.
Skyfires are going 40K.
So is a Shaman. So is the Mutalith Vortex Beast.
Yippee! We can hate them in both games now. I mean, we can respect their ability to project positive and good feeling combat abilities as they don't play according to the rules the rest of us do.
I can't believe you didn't see that.
You're being pretty good because we're trolling hard and you're not rising to it.
Just trying to process. Just trying to process. I don't want to. New year, new me. All right.
Oh, nice. Can't wait to get to resolutions. Holy.
Anyways. Thousand Suns.
Thousand
new
Suns.
Codex. And then Adeptus Custodes.
Yeah.
Custodes, whatever.
Who knew?
Very excited about this. They're like actually going to be an army in 40K for the first time, really and ever.
Gold-plated namby-pambies.
Hey,
New Golden Boys.
I love how suddenly it's so cool. As soon as I get excited about something, it's so cool to just crap all over it. Whatever.
Oh, come on.
Between
They've been hiding
you
out
knuckleheads
on
and
Earth.
everybody else in our personal little chat, crapping all over them.
They've been hiding on Earth for 10,000 years. Like, okay, I'm sorry. I'm just trolling.
Yeah, you are.
Because I think they're really cool.
Yeah, I'll be snapping those dudes up.
Although I did read something about they're not going to be like they're not going to have a whole ton of units right up off the bat.
They're going to have
So-
all the Horus Heresy stuff.
Well, yeah, but even still.
Still a fair amount.
It is. I mean, they're going to be
Plus, they're
playable.
getting new bikes,
Yeah.
new Terminators.
New bikes, new Terminators, and I think a transport or something.
No. I didn't see a vehicle
Okay.
announced, but there's also
But there's plenty.
the Lord General.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
Should be interesting.
very excited. I'm hoping their rules represent just how crazy powerful they are.
See, the problem I see for them, though, is if the rules represent what they're supposed to be, they're going to be another Grey Knights. They're going to be far too elite, and you're not going to be able to get enough of them for the points, and you're going to get shot off the table.
They're already going to be like that, though.
Well, they have to be.
They're not too bad as it is already.
Yeah, they have 3 wounds with a 2-up save.
I don't know. I've seen some people with the sword doing some work with them.
I mean, fluff-wise, though, like the only thing better than them is a Primarch.
Yeah.
Literally a Primarch
Yeah.
is the only thing a step above them.
Yeah. So, I mean, and if they come out in the same numbers as, Primaris Marines, it's just going to be, well, that's OP. Let's pick something else.
They won't, though.
So-
'Cause
Well, that's what I mean. They're going to have to do it right. But if they
Yeah.
get too elite, the problem with elite armies in this current version of
the way
40K
damage
is,
works, it's brutal.
yeah, it's hard on elite armies.
Yeah.
You can't, look at what happens to Imperial Knights. Yeah, they're really cool for a while, and then they just get worn down.
Yeah. Well, either way, I'm hyped.
Oh,
Very,
no,
very
it should
hyped.
be. Should be.
What else
Well,
is
we're going to talk about BCP.
Yeah, let's talk about Best Coast pairings.
Yeah. So they had a little update to their app that added some very important stuff. The options for soft scores to be added to the event
Yeah.
and overall.
So
So I know I want to maybe talk with them on a future episode, but that is
Absolutely.
super. I think that was the one thing holding some people back. I mean, there's really no reason not to use BCP now.
yeah, it's a fantastic app.
I mean,
Like-
it truly is. It runs tournaments for you. You don't have to do anything.
And I think they got places for paint, sports.
Mm-hmm.
You can do custom scoring. I
Custom
think.
scoring options now, yeah.
So I
So
mean,
you can have your own sort of categorized
yeah, you
scoring.
can make your majors, your minors worth how much ever
Right.
you want instead of what they say.
And still use their pairing, though. As
Yeah.
long as you tailor the thing, as long as you tailor it correctly, their algorithm can do the pairing so that they work out the way they should.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a huge. That program is so awesome, and it's so well done, and it's free. So
Yeah. So if you haven't tried it and you're running an event, whether it's like 4 people or 400, check it out because it will make your life very easy. Jeez, is there anything else that has been announced?
No, I don't. I'm sure we missed something because we always do, but
yeah,
it's everything that was written down plus a couple extras. So,
okay,
a lot of good stuff. But let's move on to creation.
the realm of creation, where we're going to talk about stuff we built and stuff we painted for the games we love to play.
And stuff we bought.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been just plugging away on Overlords for the challenge that I threw down with Ryan, painting Arcanaut Company, trying to get through those guys. I can't remember what I talked about on the last show with them. Like,
I don't think you'd picked them up from me.
no, no?
Nope.
Okay, so I'm doing Barrack Thring because they're grudgy, salty old bastards. So, and I think their rules are pretty good. They're not Barrack Zilfin, but I refuse to play Barrack Zilfin, so I think they'll be all right. So their color scheme is the red and cream.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to find a way to speed it up, but there is a lot of detail on those models. So for pretty much everything but the boats, or the boat, because I'm just going to paint my Mile High Massacre list before I move on to painting probably 40K orcs or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just doing base coat wash and like a quick highlight if I can to get them tabletop ready. And then I'll hopefully have enough time to spend a decent amount of time on the boat, on the Ironclad.
Yeah.
But I mean, that thing is like, yeah, if you've never seen an Ironclad in person, like I just can't tell you enough how flippin' massive that piece of plastic is.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I've been up to in the hobby is just KO. And that's all I'll be up to in the hobby, probably up until Mile High Massacre, because it's probably going to take me all the way until then to get them ready.
Nice.
So, you guys?
I didn't do much hobby. I bought more than I've worked on, because I haven't worked on really anything between Christmas and the wife's surgery and all. Haven't had a chance, but I did get my Astraeus super heavy tank.
Yeah.
All washed, and it's ready to start building. So hopefully that will go. And I
Ready
also,
for you to clip off the Land Raiders worth of extra resin.
there is a ton of.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
One thing that's interesting about this kit is all the sprues are numbered now. What's kind of weird is the numbers don't match up to the instruction numbers, but that's okay because, you know, these Forge World instructions are so much better now. It actually has a book with color pictures in it of how everything goes together. Not like the old days where it was just a photocopied sheet that, you know, was so dim you couldn't read it.
Yeah.
But at least because there's the repulsor doors for the different sides of the tank, the front and the rear are all different by size, but now all the sprues are numbered so you can see which ones go with which simply by how many there is of each one. So really, really much better presentation than they used to be with the Forge World stuff. I'm really impressed with the kit.
Okay.
Really cool.
Question. Looking at what you're going to have to do with that kit as far as just the cleanup alone before you start to assemble it, do you feel like Games Workshop is to a point where it's surpassed Forge World?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
with the plastics? Oh, by far.
So do you feel like Forge World is like starting to show its age?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And resin in general, I think is starting to show its age because it used to be you captured so much more detail.
Right.
In a big blocky model like this, the detail would be there in plastic too. And I think the same thing with the Thunderhawk. There's nothing on that in resin that you couldn't duplicate. They couldn't duplicate in plastic now. It's just, I don't know. Maybe there's that thing attached to Forge World model, and maybe just size-wise, they're only going to let them do the big things. I don't know how they've decided how it's going to be split up, but
I don't know, the way it sounds to me like there's almost no communication between the two.
yeah.
And Forge World just does its thing,
Yeah.
and GW does its own thing.
Mm-hmm. It's very strange. I mean, it is a big, huge hunk of resin, and I don't see anything on there that couldn't be done in plastic, you know, at least detail-wise. Now, I know with some like Tyranids, some of the Forge World Tyranid stuff, that still captures detail that I don't know if they would really, because the resin you're able to do in one big solid piece, and it would be difficult to make plastic pieces that would fit together well. But they're doing it.
Yeah, I don't know. Because, I mean, you look at like the Maw Crusher and Alarial.
And that's it, is these latest kits are there.
And then on the flip side, with the Forge World stuff, yeah, you can get a lot of detail if it casts correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And then if they just ship you something that slipped in the mold or something like that, you're just kind of expected to fix all that stuff. So,
well, they still have that thing where if you get a piece that's messed up, send it back and they'll send you another one.
Yeah.
So they don't. And I'll say one thing about this kit too is I didn't see any air bubbles, and there's nothing miscast. There's nothing warped. Well, there's the one big barrel is slightly, I mean, not even, I could leave it and probably not worry too much about it, but I'm still going to straighten it. But it's not, there's nothing to fix up.
Plastic.
No, you wouldn't.
So,
not at all. So,
I don't know. Just kind of.
You're right. I think they are there. I think plastics is there. And it kind of does make Forge World a little bit of a
obsolete.
Well, as long as they're not, I don't know if GW is going to pick up an Astraeus. The price of that kit would be prohibitively expensive, I think.
Well, I don't know. I mean, a great example would be the Great Unclean one. The new Great Unclean one that just came out versus the Forge World one. They're like pretty much identical in size. In fact, the new Great Unclean one might be a little bit bigger, and it's cheaper.
By far.
So, well, I don't know. I think it's 85 pounds. So they're relatively the same.
That's true. They're about the same then, because it's $140.
The problem is, if I buy the GW one, I clip it off a sprue, and I assemble it, paint
put it together, and you're done.
I don't have to worry about washing it. I don't have to worry about it shattering into pieces. I don't have to worry about...
drop it.
I mean, it's so much more user-friendly than a Forge World model.
It does make you, I think right now the only huge draw to Forge World is you can't get Forge World stuff from Games Workshop. They just don't duplicate each other's work. Quality-wise, you're absolutely right. There's no difference between the two. And I think plastic is probably gone beyond what they're doing with resin these days.
I really wish Forge World wasn't so difficult to get.
Yeah.
Like, why can't independent retailers carry it?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I mean, I understand it's a small crew of guys, blah, 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 blah. Do something about it then.
Well, yeah. Add guys.
So I either hire more people to cast the stuff and ship it or something. I mean, they don't have to be sitting there writing rules and designing models. Just get laborers essentially to pump this stuff out.
Mold fillers.
Make it easier to access rather than I have to either be at a convention and either buy it there or order it and have it sent to me, or I have to go to a GW store, have it sent to a GW store for me to pick up, or I have to order it online and spend X amount of dollars to get free shipping. Otherwise I have to pay ludicrous amounts of shipping.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just 10, 15 years ago, it was fine because it was like this niche thing of a niche hobby.
Yeah. And they were doing things that you couldn't do in plastic back then.
Right. But we're past that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't want to rip on Forge World because the stuff they do is really cool. Especially like Horus Heresy thing is really cool. And a lot of the models they do and now they're going to be responsible for specialist games. Yeah. So I'm excited for all that stuff. I'm just wondering, like, maybe they need a bit of a kick in the ass to get on board with where we are now. I mean, Games Workshop needed it, and look at where Games Workshop is now compared to 3-4 years ago. Yep. It's kind of, I'm wondering if, and Black Library is kind of catching up too.
Yeah,
they finally have their stuff out on Audible. It's that much easier to get a hold of. So
I think part of the reason you're seeing stuff move over to Forge World to manage is because they are going to get that kick.
I hope so.
But there's still, there's still that whole thing of they're not going to produce a lot of this stuff until there's a demand.
Yeah.
And again, I think it all comes back to that molding process and everything else with resin. You don't want to just sit there and have 50 of these sitting on your shelves, because sooner or later, if you don't sell them, you're going to be putting them in the trash bin, because they do suffer the wear and tear more than the plastic does. So they are going to keep with that. When you order a Thunderhawk, chances are it's going to be either poured that day or, it was poured just a few days ago. So, because it's a process. I mean, I've done stuff with small, far smaller in resin, and it's a process. It's not fun. And to get it to come out nice without bubbles and to be, workable, it's a pain in the butt. And they have the good stuff. They have the vacuum casters, so, they can do much, much more intense stuff.
Maybe it's time to take that horse out to pasture.
Maybe. Because there's nothing, like you said, there's nothing they can't do in plastic that they're doing in resin these days. I don't see any kit that they make that you couldn't duplicate. Again, you would have, it's not like you could take the design you have for, say, the Estrella Super Heavy Tank and give it to the Games Workshop guys and say, here, do this in plastic, because it's a completely different type of design. It would have to be redone from scratch.
Yeah, but some dude sitting in front of a computer with the computer programming stuff they use can design it.
Sure.
I mean, look at the repulsor tank.
Yeah.
And all the detail and everything that's on that compared to...
Well, it makes you wonder which one was designed first. Was the Estrellas or, the other Grat stuff done first, or was the repulsor done first? Who copied who, over there? So, I don't know. I don't know.
Or if they even talked about it.
Well, I'm sure they did, because the designs are way too exactly similar.
Yeah, maybe.
So they shared some stuff, but...
Anyways,
I also got... No, we're not there yet.
Oh, what else did you buy,
Because
Bill?
Death Ray Designs, if you guys are playing Necromunda, take a look at the Death Ray Designs website and look at their MDF terrain that they came out with for Necromunda. And, well, for $130, you basically get all the walls and columns and short walls and long walls needed to make your Necromunda boards, all of them, into 3D terrain. What's crazy, and most people should know this or should be told, that those boards are lifted copies from the Zone Mortalis boards. So if you have those boards, you can play Zone Mortalis, or if you buy this Death Ray Designs kit for $130, you can pretty much place down a pretty decent, I believe it's 4x4 Zone Mortalis game. No, it's less than 4x4. I'm sorry. But still, you can play Zone Mortalis with just this kit. So it really is quite the deal. So if it's something that you've been looking into, the Zone Mortalis stuff, or you want to play Interior Starship, even for role-playing games and what have you, they're super generic and they work for all kinds of different things. So it's a very cool kit. Can't wait to build it.
Nice.
So now I'm done.
All right, James.
I have just been painting Gorgruntas.
Finally. Trying to get across that finish line, huh?
Yep. I think I have 12 of them painted.
Wow.
Yeah. Or again, they're just little details left on them.
Yeah. And then what's after that?
23
Ard Boys.
Ard Boys.
Right, yeah.
Damn.
And I think the Iron Jaws will be done.
Yep.
Wow.
But that's all I've been painting, and hoping to get to after seeing all the Masters lists, hoping to get to my finish my Fatesworn Warband.
Yeah.
That I've been kicking around for the last couple months.
Nice.
But that's about it.
Nice. All right, well.
So are we done creating?
Yeah, I think we're done creating.
Okay.
The Realm of Battle, where we're going to talk about our games that we've been up to recently.
Yeah, so you and I played a game, James.
Yeah, we did.
Of Age of Sigmar. That we're not going to talk about because we did a battle report.
Yeah, everyone's been asking us about that.
Yep. So hopefully it'll be out, edited and posted to YouTube, our YouTube channel, by the time you hear this.
Or very shortly thereafter, yes.
Yeah, hopefully. So. We'll see.
I'll let the audience take a guess. It was a Stormcast versus Iron Jaws.
Yeah.
I was going to do Sylvaneth, but didn't have my Drycha painted. I know everyone will love to see that one.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure we'll do it.
I'll pay money to see that one.
Actually, for one of them, I'm going to play your Sylvaneth.
Yeah, I think we talked about that.
Yeah, so.
Oh, my God.
I'll show you how to win with them. Not that hard, jeez.
This just in, hell froze over.
So.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoy that. Give us some feedback on it.
Yeah, because we plan on doing a whole lot more.
Yes.
Yeah. I would hope so with the setup you have. That's no joke. And then just a little bit ago, before we started recording, Bill and I played a game of 40K using power level and open war cards as we do.
Yep.
Because it makes for a pretty fun game.
Yeah.
Pretty wild game. So my orcs versus your Necrons.
Round two.
I barely squeaked out a win the first time we played. Got incredibly lucky that the objective dropped right in the middle of my army. If it had fallen anywhere else, I very likely would have lost that game. However, this one, I was not so lucky. And the Necrons put a pretty hard whooping on the orcs. I tried to play Speed Freaks, so I had all my stuff in transports, and it just, truck boys suck.
Yeah.
Again,
They were not super effective.
they just don't do what they need to do.
Yeah.
10 boys just don't pack a punch.
Yep.
So
I had to sacrifice a bunch of stuff to stop your bikers, though.
bikes, yeah, but bikes kind of fit in with any army.
Well, sure.
I just happened to take a big unit
Mm-hmm.
to kind of go with a theme here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bikes, if they hadn't gotten tied down by your crazy outflank card,
Yeah.
probably would have been a bigger player in the game. But the truck boys just, no, they're not. Throwing 10 tank busters in a truck is great, but throwing just 10 boys in a truck is garbage.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately. So, yeah, we're tied up 1-1 for 40K. So, we're going to do a tiebreaker
Yeah.
one of these weekends. And then we're going to switch armies.
Yeah. We're going to have to
play something different.
retire it and try
Orcs
one of the
and
ones we're
Necrons.
really going to play.
Yeah. So,
So it'll be Custodes against Blood Angels?
maybe.
Yeah. Or
Maybe.
Tau.
Yeah, I know. God.
How about Battle Dome Skyfires?
Oh, God.
Or Codex Skyfires.
Codex Skyfire. Yeah. Hashtag triggered.
Anyways, I saw red there for a moment.
Oh, Blood Angels?
Yeah, corn.
Yeah.
Corn saved me from this
Yeah.
nonsense. Anyways, any other games? I don't think we've really done much else.
I showed a couple of different people how to play Shadespire and played some fun games. Played just one single game as somebody was learning, and that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
I was playing the Death guys, and they're tough to play. You cannot make mistakes with Death. You have to be spot on. And I didn't turn in my first hand of cards, objective cards that were more geared towards endgame. I thought maybe I can get a decent draw, and it just hurt me. So, but then played another series of games with someone else. Actually, Death did what they were supposed to do. They were a lot of fun to play, and they're very, very card dependent. I found that if you get that first hand that's good and they can get up on your opponent, they're not easy, but they're more forgiving to play. But if you start from the back foot, oh boy, it's hellish.
Yeah, well, fair enough.
But yeah, they have a lot of tricks, to maximize their weaknesses. So, but boy, don't make a mistake. Don't make a mistake with Death. I will say the Iron Skulls are a lot of fun to play. Again, you can't really make too many errors, but they do some hitting. They put some hurting out there. Any other games? I don't know.
You know what I just realized that we didn't talk about in New Dawn,
What?
and like nobody has talked about, haven't heard anything about, is those combat cards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I bought a set.
Somewhere.
Yeah, I saw you had a set.
Mm-hmm.
I still haven't even read how to play the game yet. I've been wanting to, though.
It's super simple.
Yeah.
I read through the rules, and it's just like play a card, play a card, play a card. This guy against that guy, and then when you do the advanced thing, you each card is rated for melee, ranged, and psychic.
Yeah.
And so you're going to pick a card, and then your opponent's going to choose the commensurate card, so you can kind of pick your battles. But then there's options in there that let you swap a card so that you can get a better edge on it. It's kind of interesting. It's super quick play. You're not going to spend a lot of brain power on it.
That's cool.
It's not going to hurt your head to play.
Nice. We're going to have to try that out
Yeah.
soon. Yeah, I think that's it for games we played.
Let's go to lore. The Realm of Lore, where we're going to cover a couple of different items this time around. Real quick, we're going to go over the Las Vegas Open that's coming up, which should be kind of interesting. And then we're going to go over our New Year's resolutions, what we swear we're going to do this year and get done, and how we're going to behave so that we can break them next week. Well, no, we have to wait till February before we break them. So, yeah, maybe third episode from now. And then we're going to cover some information about Coalescence 2018, the big narrative event that's going to happen. So, but we want to start off with Las Vegas Open. And it's kind of interesting for us because I'm doing something completely different. You're doing something completely different. And James, are you going?
No.
So you did have to pull out?
Yeah, I think I have to pull out.
Okay. I can understand.
Yeah, so
So Andrew will have a chance of winning.
Ooh.
Yeah, we'll see.
So this year I decided that I don't have any armies really ready that I'm comfortable with taking, just, because of the way things are panning out. And my BCR is ready, but they're not going to be super effective. I mean, they would be at the tables I'm playing at. I'm sure they would be good. Well, I mean, I'm not going to be going towards,
Right.
I'm going to be fighting Andrew. No, it's not happening. So I decided when the hobby events and the seminars came out, I saw that they're doing a bunch of CK Studios seminars, and Angel Heraldez is coming over from Spain to do a painting clinic. And since that doesn't happen all that often, I decided that this time I'm doing nothing but seminars. I am literally going, and I'm going to bring my Shadespire stuff, but I'm not bringing any armies for any game. I'm just going to learn and hang out with people and kibitz and just have a grand old time. And of course, the wife's coming with me to ruin everything. So, I mean, to add to my overall enjoyment of the trip.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was hoping to do with Adepticon. But by the time I figured out what I'll be actually doing at Adepticon, all the seminars, I think, are very much sold out.
Yeah.
So,
well, Adepticon, you have to be there like 18 seconds after it opens to get all the good stuff.
Yeah.
So, but you're doing something different at LVO, Eric, aren't
I
you?
am.
What are you doing?
I will be helping Scott Reed run all the Age of Sigmar stuff. So, for the doubles and the GT.
Nice.
Yeah. So, I'll be judging and ruling and...
So, Sylvaneth and Zinch players have no hope of progressing.
No. No, I'm
kidding.
Yeah, that's what I'll be TOing away.
Nice.
So, should be fun. I mean, it'll be nice not having the stress of running or playing games.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can have a little bit more of a social aspect to this trip, because the last time we went, a lot of people wanted to talk to us and hang out or whatever. And it was just like crazy busy, and I was tired.
Yeah, and then you get
Tired
worn
as
out,
balls.
after a full day of gaming, and then you're a little wore out, and then you go out and eat and drink a little bit. And
Yeah.
shit, you're ready to wrap it up.
It's going to be even crazier this year, because Friday is the doubles, which is 3 games. The GT, Saturday and Sunday, is another 7 games of Warhammer.
I don't envy you in that one bit.
Are they doing 7 games?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad I'm not going.
4 games on the Saturday,
Yeah.
3 games on the Sunday. Bring your catheters.
And I mean, it's going to be hell for a lot of people that aren't used to a tournament sort of setting.
I don't think any...
3 games is tough.
Yeah.
4
Do we
games.
even know how many are officially signed up for?
I know we said triple digits.
Yeah.
Do you need 7 games with triple digits?
I think you need 7 games if it's over 128
To get a true...
to get a true winner.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 7 games.
Okay.
But you're
I mean, that's a stretch.
big boy shoes and diapers on.
Yep. It's time to get the depends.
Yeah. It's going to be rough.
Mm-hmm.
Going to be rough. So, but, that's a lot of... If you're looking for games, that's the way to do it. I'm excited. I mean, I'm excited to go. This trip will hopefully be significantly cheaper than the last LVO, which is great, because Adepticon is not going to be cheap
Right.
in any way. That is going to take my wallet out of my pocket and just beat it with a crowbar.
Oh, yeah. I agree. So that's our LVO story. That's what we'll be doing there.
Yeah.
What are we going to have for resolutions? What are we going to do in the new year that's different? Or same?
So I will be dropping Games Workshop games completely,
Nice.
seeing as how the game, the company's about to go out of
Yeah,
business. And I will, I'll be pursuing my career as a SoundCloud rapper.
Way to go, Lil Meat.
Lil Meat. Yeah. That's what I'll be doing. So,
Okay, so we'll be saying goodbye to Elric next show. And
never stop dreaming, kids.
That's right.
Anyways, I'll go first. My New Year's resolution, hobby-wise, is I'm not going to buy anything new. This is the same as everybody's going to say.
Yeah.
Unless it's related to an army I already have. So Ironjaws, KO, Fire Slayers, or 40K Orcs. And for 40K Orcs, it's pretty much just going to be as Bill turns to look at the small store's worth of stuff he has. And for the orcs, I'll probably just buy the codex.
Yeah.
When it comes out, obviously.
You have a pretty sizable orc force.
Yeah,
You don't
so-
really need a lot.
And that's where I'm going to stay until I have my Mile High Massacre list painted for my Quadrant Overlords. And then I have at least 2,000 points of orcs painted. Once I have those two things done, I'm either going to move on to my Fire Slayers, possibly Death, depending on what is coming out there.
Mm-hmm.
And then Adeptus Custodes
Yeah.
for 40K. And then we talked about this before we started recording, before we started playing our game even. This is the year I'm pretty sure I'm going to get into The Hobbit.
Nice.
Nobody really plays, or well, I shouldn't say nobody plays it. Nobody around here plays it.
Mm-hmm.
There's no podcasts about it. There's no battle reports.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are if I really did
there's
some
a few,
digging.
yeah.
But it's, I don't know. Just seems like as content
underserved,
producers like us,
Mm-hmm.
we could definitely tap into
Sure.
that market, and the models are phenomenal.
They are good, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it won't be anything crazy. We're not going to try to recreate
Yeah.
the Battle of Minas Tirith or something here, but, there's no reason why we couldn't get a couple of small armies and throw down every
Test
now and
them
then.
out. Yeah. I mean, I have almost all of the original sets that came out. I was at the big Consim Expo one year, and some guy was selling a stack of, I think, 2 each of the original games, the red, blue, and green boxes, and I just picked them up for, I think, like $30. It was
geez.
ridiculously cheap. So, yeah, we got something to draw from.
Yeah.
So,
What about you guys?
I don't know. I'm James, you want to go? You want me to go?
I'm going to go.
Okay. My resolution is the same as almost everyone in the world, and I broke it earlier today. I was going to say I'm not going to buy anything that doesn't fit into the motif that I'm working on currently, which I know is a fail. It's a falsehood.
Yeah.
It's just like saying I'm going to go to the gym. It's not happening. So, but what I am going to do is I'm going to quit this starting 16 projects at once between different terrain pieces and this and that.
Age of
And then-
Sigmar, 40K.
Yeah, I have, my Seraph Honor in work, my Nurgle's in work, my this is in work, my Death is in work. I'm going to concentrate on something until I get it done. Because what I do find even now is, even when I go back to my Death, I look at, well, why was I painting him that way when I really wanted to do it this way? Well, you can't just start now, because now it's going to look stupid. Same thing with the Beast Claw. I have a perfectly viable Beast Claw army, and then I went out and bought more because I'm stupid. So that has to stop.
Yeah.
And same thing, I have all these boxes with different terrain kits that are built and primed, and I'm going nowhere with them. So
Right.
I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to make a list of what's in work right now, start knocking out each thing, and hopefully I will start getting some things done. That's my resolution. Whether or not we do it, we'll see.
Yeah, rules are meant to be broken.
Correct.
James,
James?
new year, new you, baby.
That's right.
He's going to give up Zinch.
I am.
He's going to embrace the narrative.
My New Year's resolution is make everyone cry about Nurgle. No, probably like I think Edward touched on earlier, just to get all the stuff I have painted, so we can get the YouTube channel rolling.
Yeah.
Since that was a year ago,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think it's
It's
Well,
quite
okay.
an undertaking, and especially you want to have enough armies to make it a variety. So
yeah, and we want high quality stuff. We want
Yeah.
painted stuff. So
yeah,
that's kind of the big challenge there. Besides getting you guys to play games, but
that's hard enough on its own.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. We can also include that into our New Year's resolution.
Play more games.
Get more games in.
Yeah,
So we actually have something
and
to talk about.
especially Sigmar games because
yeah.
I think one of the highest things on my list right now is going to be to get the Seraphon all together and get a list. And I know I fail at this a lot. I get all these units together and paint them and then decide I don't need them in my army. What I need to do is make an army list.
Yeah.
And then paint that.
That's what I'm
list.
doing that's why I'm doing that with my KO and my orcs. It's because I don't have a whole lot of excess KO anymore. I got rid of some of it.
Yeah.
But like orcs, I probably have 3,000-4,000 points.
Oh, yeah, easy.
I don't want to sit there and paint that much
Right.
right off the bat. I'll
Paint what you need.
intimidate myself and I'll quit. So I'd rather paint into a list.
Yeah, you saw me what I did with both Zinch and Death, and I bought everything and decided to paint everything, and I didn't use half of it.
Right.
It's stupid. So
No,
Just paint what you got, huh?
paint what I got.
Break Nurgle.
Yep. Break Nurgle. Sounds right.
Break the code.
Fun. What if death comes out and it's just like heinous? You gonna don't even.
You know what?
I love the hesitation. You see, mark this hesitation so that here in like 2-3 months when the book finally drops.
They're not stunties, so I don't really have a problem with them.
So you would do them.
You'd play
If it
death. I know you would.
I've thought about Fire Slayers
What?
for like 0.0002 seconds.
Okay.
But you thought about it.
Thought about it. Then I realized how much I hate dwarves.
What about Squarfs?
Dwarfs?
Quadrant Overlords.
I thought about them too.
Yeah.
And then I realized they're dwarves.
You don't really have to put a whole lot of dwarves on the table, though.
They're still dwarves. They're
I'm just
half
saying.
people.
Oh, wow.
Oh. Oh.
I love how you're trying to convey that you might have standards when we all know that's not true. A win is a win, and you'll take it however you'll get it. You're the Pittsburgh Steelers of Age of Sigmar. God. All right. Well, so now that we got the New Year's resolutions,
And we will continue to report on how much we've broken that.
I've stayed the course. I almost.
We're 6 days into the year. Don't tell
I
me
know.
how great
Not
you're
even
doing.
a full week.
Okay.
Not even a
Yeah,
full
not even a week.
I know it's bad. Well, I blame Games Workshop for putting out all kinds of ridiculously cool models.
Yeah,
so.
I do, because, I never even considered Nurgle in Age of Sigmar. I never even really. Now I'm looking at it going, well, I only have to pick up these and these and these, and I'm done.
Yeah.
So,
That's the beauty of Demons is you play the exact same stuff for both
yeah.
Age of Sigmar and 40K.
Huge.
And now you gotta play Skyfires too.
Oh God!
Hashtag triggered.
Oh, oh.
In with the good air, out with the bad air. Okay, anyhow. So, before we go on to anything else, I would like to talk a little bit about Coalescence 2018. If you remember last year, Coalescence 2017, it was a worldwide narrative event that took place in June, on the 10th of June, and included organizers and players from all over the world doing a one-day gaming event, all centered around the same story, the same narrative, everyone feeding those results into a central repository so that a story outcome could be developed based on worldwide events and how things went down. Well, I'm glad to say that it's going on again this year, and I get to be a part of it. Yay! This year, we're looking at the 23rd of June as the date for the event. While I can't give any spoilers about the story or anything like that, just imagine the events of last year where a god beast was released and the forces of chaos gained control of it. So you can just imagine Archeon sitting around with a really big leash. We're going to pick up from there and see where we go. Now, as we move forward with this, a couple people want to give a shout out to, of course, Eric Stone Monk Gamer is the guy who started this whole thing and hatched the idea and has been running with it. And he's still, of course, in charge of it and making things happen. And Aaron Bostian, who is the chief herder of cats, he's putting all the stories, all the teams together and trying to keep everybody going forward. But I also want to mention Brian Orban. We interviewed him because he's deeply involved in the Nova Open narrative event. So we had him on a couple of shows ago. Well, he's also pouring his heart and soul into this thing, both on the organizing side and also as an event organizer to run his local event. And from what I understand, he's actually renting a place to do this thing at.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, he's really, he's contributing in so many ways. The man deserves a shout out, a big shout out. So well done, Brian. Well done, Brian Orban. Thank you for everything you're doing. Now, if you want to get a hold of and find out more about it, you can go to the Coalescence 2018 Facebook page. You can go to the We Are the Neon, Neon website, where that's your central repository of all the information. Aaron runs that site and he makes sure it's pretty well updated with everything that's going on. So if you want to get a hold of somebody to find out how to run an event, how to become a part of one of the events, or how to find out if someone's running something in your area, that's where you want to go and let everybody, ask everybody. But we had events going on in, I forgot how many countries around the world last year, but we're looking to grow it this year and make it even bigger and better than it was. And hopefully we're on track to do that. The wearetheneon.com site is where you want to go, and stay tuned because there's some really big news going to be coming out shortly as we start releasing pieces of information and how things are going to go. It's really going to be interesting this year. It's really going to be good. And if you're into narrative, definitely stay tuned.
Is that it? I think we covered everything we wanted to talk about.
I think so. Yeah, I can't think of anything else we were going to go over.
That's our first show of
2018.
Well, recorded in 2018.
Yeah, true. Yeah, we did just drop
Yeah.
the last show that was recorded early in 2017. Well, December.
2018.
Well,
you went back in
recorded
time and
2017.
dropped. That's going to sound weird then.
Oh, well.
Yeah. So,
I'd like to apologize to the Garage Hammer guys for making fun of them in our intro.
yeah.
But he does it. So, anyway. Is that it?
I think so. Our next show will be a little bit of LVO hype, a little bit more LVO hype right before we go. It'll probably drop when we're either at LVO or very close
just
to it.
Coming back. Or, should be the week after.
And then hopefully we'll know more about Malign Port Dents.
Mm-hmm.
Be good stuff. Get a little more teaser maybe about Legion and Gash.
Yep.
Maybe we'll see what these four Harbinger models do.
Mm-hmm.
Very excited about those. So,
Well, and we said it last year in one of our shows. I think it was the last one, but we were hoping to see more for AOS this year, and already
Death specifically too.
we've seen a lot more.
Finally,
yeah,
yeah,
we
it's
asked for
here.
Death, and we got Death. So
Lots of it. So very excited.
So yeah, I think they understand. I again, don't begrudge them for doing all the 40K stuff, but I think they got it. You know, they're starting to fix things.
So I mean, I guess if this is how it works, then Plastic Sisters the battle.
On the way.
Nice. All right. I think we're good.
If you would like to get a hold of us, you can reach us at our email address, which is rollingbadpodcast@gmail.com. You can also visit our website at rollingbad.com. We have a Twitter account for the podcast, which is at rolling_bad. We also have a Facebook page. You can just search for Rolling Bad on Facebook. We each have an individual Twitter account. You can reach me at Elric Edge.
You can get me at Bill Castello, Castello.
And I'm at Tersoth.
You can also see our work, mostly James, at our Instagram page, Rolling Bad, all one word.
It's annoying.
It's only there to keep Bill's
Dogs out.
savage dogs from
Yes.
mauling us.
I don't know that cheese manicotti's creating something, but
I was going to go finish that off.
oh yeah, go for it. You want me to heat it up?
Download what game?
Choices.
Choices. Oh, the girl game.
Oh, Choices.
Yeah, I had.
Did she play it?
She played it for like 2 seconds and then put it down.
I was explaining it to Pam, and I was trying not to make you sound like a pedophile or someone that shouldn't be around small dogs and children. And I was laughing so hard. I'm like, no,
I just
he's
had my wife
playing
in the
this
chat.
game where he's a teenage girl.
It's not a teen. I'm not weird. I didn't play the teenage. I'm a college chick who is just trying to hoe it up. But then I got wrapped up in emotions and drama, Bill. Damn.
So let me get this straight. Okay. It's a game
Yeah.
where you play a college girl
Yeah.
making choices, hence the name of the game, choices.
Right.
Like what to wear,
Yeah.
how to get laid by that certain guy you like.
Yeah.
Okay. And this
Or
is,
or girl.
or girl, so yeah, let's be free.
Right.
And this is the game you're playing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty
I tried it. but
pretty
It
avidly.
wasn't the one I tried was like some royal.
Oh, okay. Well, you can go through and pick.
Is it
all-
at this point I should say I
Well,
am
let me.
recording this?
That's fine. I don't care. I already put it out on Twitter.
I know you did.
Watch. I'll show you
You
all
are
the different.
scary man. You play.
I'll play it right now. I got 2 keys. I'm wasting time.
He plays a college girl trying to get laid.
That was the original plan, and then I got emotionally attached.
You know, I say this
That-
as my highest level
caught the
Star Wars
feelings.
character is a female character. So
Ha-ha.
who am I to talk?
See, look at all these stories. Look at all these different stories you can play. See, I'm doing the freshman. And then it goes on to the sophomore.
Oh, when you're a sophomore, you get to make better.
I don't know. I haven't been there yet.
Are you going to buy
I'm still
a car?
trying to get through my freshman year. I just got through my finals, Bill.
Are you going to buy a car and name it Brad?
If I can. By the way, like these college kids are extraordinarily wealthy, even though they bitch about being poor the whole time. They go on boat cruises together. They spend like every day in a coffee shop.
Well, it's friends, yeah.
They drink incessantly, but like not Coors Light. They're all drinking.
Oh, they're drinking the
like
craft
wine
beers.
and yeah. I'm like that.
Well, let me just say on record that I think you'd make a fine college girl.
Yeah,
I mean, not fine looking, but you'd probably be good
I would.
at it. Yeah, okay.
This damn drama, man.
This is like a 3-minute blooper, but it's staying in.
Yeah, there were no bloopers in the last two. I was very disappointed.
They're just the only thing I took out of... Let me stop recording before I incriminate myself.
Did you try the game at all?
Which one? Choices?
Yeah. So you're knocking it and you haven't even tried it.
Because I know me.
Yeah.
I would get into it.
Come on!
I wouldn't be... I'm recording this too. I wouldn't be able to point my finger at you and laugh if I was in it too.
You better get into it, Bill. Then we can discuss the choices that we made. Who you hooked up with. Whose heart you broke.
Oh my God. Yeah, I need that. Because I need, just something else to take time out of my life.
I'm telling you. It's good. It's riveting. I'm going to play with my teenage daughter.
Oh, great.
Where did you hear about this? That's what my wife wanted to know was where
Okay, so
you found out
so
about
it
this.
was I was originally on some like crossword type game that I was playing,
an
and it's an ad.
Oh, it was an ad.
And it kept coming up and up and up, and it was one of those like this girl walking into a room with her, I guess her boyfriend and some other chick, and it's like, what do you do? Storm out of the room mad or jump in? And I was like, after about the 10th time this flipping ad came up, I was like, well, I'm going to download this game and jump in. Like I said, like that's all I wanted to do is just see how many like college people I could sleep with.
How many STDs you could drag
Yeah.
a semester?
Yeah, and then
You've got chlamydia.
exactly. And then in order to hook up with anybody, of course, you have to spend money
Yes.
to unlock these crystal things. That's how you get those premium choices.
Oh.
So I spent $1.99 to hook up with some chick.
Oh my God. You spent real money
I spent real money.
to hook up with an electronic chick.
Hell yeah.
It's like
She's hot. I mean, you spend money to catch Pokemon. All right? Just saying.
Okay. Can we do sound?
And then I helped her come out to her family. Like, there's real emotional backdrop, Bill. I'm just telling you. Like,
you missed your calling in life as a life coach. You would be a life coach and a good one.
just saying.
I'm thinking you could do it.